So Georgia was like, I'm having a drink. I've got chocolate coconut water. Who would like some? Which isn't something that I would say I usually indulge in.
You love it.
Had a bit of a sippy sip. Wasn't that bad. It's strange. Is it good for you? What sort of chocolate are they putting there? It can't be.
I don't know how it gets that taste or texture.
Texture?
Don't you think it's got a texture?
Oscar was just telling us that if you have 3 coconuts, you shit yourself.
Welcome to Left On Wed It.
Adam here.
And Georgia over here.
We've done everything to plan your wedding and now it's time to hear about them.
We have left out nothing, and now we dive into the deep, dark world of Reddit threads.
We've got your horror stories, wedding dramas, and everything in between.
We've rebranded ourselves as experts.
Welcome
to Left On Wed It.
So we actually haven't talked about this since it all aired, but you and I we're both on MAFS this season as celebrants. And since it's now aired, we can mention that it happened.
Was there a timeline in the NDA we signed?
I don't know. I don't really read contracts, you know. I just sign them and then I break them. So
Adam is the MAFS poster boy.
What do you want to know about MAFS?
Send your questions in.
How was your experience of MAFS? Did you enjoy doing it?
I loved it.
Yeah?
I really enjoyed it. I got there so early.
How early? Give us a real...
7:30.
And what time would you have to be there?
9.
And then I know from being on MAFS, when you get there at 9, you don't need to be there at that time either. There's a lot of things going on. The crew are doing all these things. They've got the couple in different destinations and we just sort of stand there waiting for our goal.
The ceremony wasn't filmed till 11.
Yeah, exactly. And there's always lateness. They've got, vox pops to do in between. But
Vox pops?
Vox pops is when...
They're called voxies, are they not?
That's them shortening vox pops. Vox pops is when they talk to camera.
I know, but
when they ask them questions, they do the breakaway. It's
pop.
just cool to be like on set and see all of the magic happen before your eyes, right?
It's beautiful.
It's kind of cool.
It's such a special TV show.
Like we get to stand there and then there's no one there and we get the brief beforehand about what we have to do. You watch the guests come in, it's silent, and then because some of it gets edited, you get to watch what they're like whispering and saying to each other. Then you have I had a bride and a groom. The groom came down and he's all nervous. Like it's actually all happening. Like you see it, it gets edited for time. But yeah, it's crazy to be there.
Have you had a lot of questions at weddings that you've been to recently?
Every single wedding I go to, people ask me the same sort of questions. Ones that I'm not going to answer on camera. Is it real?
Oh.
But yeah, it is. Like they are legitimately meeting each other for the first time at the end of the aisle,
I get
right?
asked that a lot.
But is it a real wedding? And it's no secret that it is a commitment ceremony, so they're not legally getting married to each other in that moment. No.
But they have real celebrants, so...
Yeah, legit, they're us. We were there. So if you want to go back, you can watch it on 9 now.
Yes, you can watch it on 9 now.
And you could do that right now.
You could do that while you're listening.
Yeah. Friend having wedding day before mine and kept relationship hidden for a whole year. What do I do? You ready? Mm-hmm. So I'm getting married in a few weeks. About a month ago, one of my best friends who I've known since college and have kept in regular contact with dropped the bomb that she was getting married. I didn't even know she was seeing anyone. She then drops the bomb that she's marrying a guy in our friend group and that her wedding is going to have to be the day before mine, and essentially gave a few other half-assed reasons about why other weekends weren't possible. One weekend will be a few days before her period starts, so she'll be bloated. The other, she's on her period, and the other is Valentine's weekend, and that's just cringy. The other's too close to Ramadan, so she won't go on a honeymoon straight away, and it goes on and on. Some backstory about the person she is marrying. She's someone that we always thought she had a thing, but she'd always... Okay, I'm just going to skip that. My knee-jerk reaction to her telling me she was engaged was crying tears of joy for her. I was truly happy for her. But when I went home to think about it, I felt icky. All year since I've been wedding planning, she's been asking me really specific questions about my planning process. She complained to me that as my best friend, she didn't feel involved enough in my planning process and said she wanted to come dress shopping with me, which I invited her to because she expressed this. But then for her to turn around and tell me that she's been dating this guy on and off for a year whilst also keeping it secret makes her feeling left out of my stuff comes across as hypocritical. And then there's the question of why the rush since she's known him since a decade, and why specifically my wedding weekend when I sent out my save the dates back in March So she's had so much time to plan and leave some time in between. It's not about me not having all the attention on me. It's just how could she expect me to be fully present at her wedding, and how selfish she must be to expect me to have to fit her into an already stressful weekend for me. When I told her this, she doubled down on that weekend because the only one available. Yada, yada, yada. She expressed how upset she was. When I told her I didn't think I could make her wedding, she was so upset she cried and said she never thought I'd have to do that and skip her own wedding. She'd been telling her other friends in the friend group that I'm coming to the wedding when they've asked if that's doable for me. We haven't spoken since my conversation about how upset I was with her a month ago. I'm not trying to be a bridezilla. We hate that term. And I know people are entitled to be private. This is where I need the advice. I feel so bitter, feel like the whole friendship was a lie. I can't make it to her wedding, and obviously having her at mine feels disingenuous. Is it rude for me not to go to a wedding? Should I go to a wedding since this has been a decade-long friendship? Part of me wants to disinvite her and her husband-to-be from my wedding because of the lies. Is that rude? Is there a polite way to disinvite someone from a wedding without coming across like an absolute villain? Thank you for reading up to here if you have. Yeah.
Long story short.
She does have a too long didn't read.
Two friends. One has planned their wedding first.
Yeah.
The second has been on and off with someone, has gotten engaged, planned the wedding for the day before based on personal, family things, and then has turned around and said she cannot go to the friend's wedding that is the following day. Mm-hmm. And the friend that's the following day now doesn't want to go to her friend's wedding. Is that right?
No.
Oh. How do they comprehend that so wrong?
So the first... Oh, my God.
Can we give them names?
There are no names.
Make them up.
Person A...
Okay, that's boring.
...planned their wedding.
Okay.
And then person B said, hey, I'm engaged. You didn't know I was in a relationship. I'm engaged with this person that you know, and I'm getting married the day before yours.
That's what I said.
Oh, okay. I wasn't listening to what you said.
You just Adam-fied that.
Do you think this is rough?
Yes.
Woof woof? Dog act? Hell yeah, I do.
Okay. I think that there are some scenarios outside of your control where choosing a date can be important. Mm-hmm. And if it coincidentally and unfortunately falls on a weekend where you've already got a wedding, she's doing the right thing in communicating that to her friend. However, I do wonder how many weekends there are also left in a year and years to come. And there are logistics that I think about when it comes to destination weddings. Like, is this going to have a crossover with other friends and family invited to both? Because this is not the first time where obviously there's a backstory that maybe I don't know about, but I have certainly been a celebrant for couples that have had lots of weddings in the lead up to theirs. I once made personalised sashes for a couple called the Professional Wedding Guest because in the time that I booked them from the One Fine Day Wedding Expo, we first met. And then they got married in an April of maybe the following year, and they went to 14 weddings in that time.
Hell.
So it is possible when you have friends and you've planned your wedding really far in advance that there are people that are going to get engaged and
the
fast-tracked.
Day before.
I know.
It's icky.
It is too close. You could do Thursday.
And also it's like she didn't know about the relationship with the person at all. And she's like, hey, I'm in a relationship, I'm engaged, I'm getting married the day before your wedding.
So how well does she really know this person?
Still the thunder much, you know what I mean? I'm not into it.
I don't love it either because there are other days and weeks and months that you could have planned your wedding. So I do wonder why that particular Friday, and it's going to have, consequences on the guest list and on when hens or bucks or other celebrations are organised because of this. However, I don't think this is as uncommon as we think.
There's an update.
Okay.
And I'm going to summarise it because this person gives so much detail into everything.
They can't write properly.
So she did not go to the friend's wedding the day before.
Right.
She said it wasn't, a backhanded thing I was doing. I genuinely didn't have the time because it was the day before my wedding and I had all this stuff on. She planned it late. Then that friend did come to her wedding the next day, 3 hours late.
Wow. I thought she couldn't come.
No, she could. 3 hours late, though. the day after her wedding. Look, it just, I don't think this is a good
3 hours late.
story. Yeah. I also wonder, it's like, she came into all these like wedding appointments with her when she was already engaged, or she was like, was she taking ideas? Was she thinking like, I don't like it. I don't like it. I don't like it.
I know. I feel like you get an icky feeling, and maybe it's because I maybe know female friendships sometimes, and that sadly the inability or the anxiety and anticipation of having really difficult conversations and confronting people can be quite nerve-wracking, and maybe there is a lot more to the story when it comes to a huge communication breakdown and feeling like you're competing when it comes to wedding planning.
She also comments on here that she saw some videos and it was beautiful and the flowers were gorgeous. It didn't look like a wedding that was planned in a rush in 2 months. It looked like it was a wedding that was planned in a bit more time.
Again, projecting.
Yeah,
I don't know.
I know. It's an unreliable narrator.
Sometimes there's a lot of emotion involved when you are wedding planning, and it's really easy for it to feel a lot worse than it actually is, and you won't be able to rationalize until you're on the other side and on the outside of it. But wedding planning often feels like you're being sucked into this vortex, and you just can't get out of it until you're on the other side. It can be very overwhelming planning a wedding.
It's like The Wizard of Oz.
Sure, we're not in Kansas anymore.
Yeah.
Yes.
That's exactly what I was going for.
Yeah.
No? You're not? Do you see Wicked?
No, I didn't.
Okay, I did.
I don't have any spare time.
Big fan.
Everything was hired for an elopement at a bar. Get there, do my thing, whatever. It's running smoothly. Ceremony starts off with them. I'm imagining this person is a celebrant. Did you get context before you flicked your homework to me?
No.
Could this be a story that you wrote? Ceremony starts off with them fiddling around with the sound cuz. They can't get it to work. Whatever, it happens. Then we get about halfway through the ceremony and the groom starts feeling around in his pockets, then his jacket, and a look of sheer panic crosses his face. The celebrant notices and stops. The groom tells her he doesn't have the rings or the license. Why does he need a license?
I think in America you have to bring a marriage license to get married.
Oh, okay. The bride starts howling with laughter. We all do. We think it's a joke until he pulls out his keys, turns to his best man. His best man starts jogging out to the car and disappears. We're all standing there listening to the bride laughing her ass off, telling him that he was never going to be able to live it down. Luckily, she had a great sense of humour about it, and his face was so red, I thought it was going to burst. Lol. Best man eventually came back and the ceremony proceeded with everyone laughing the entire time. Those are my stories. Lol. So many lols.
This person had a really good time. Did everyone just sit there waiting for the best man to go get all the stuff?
It sounds
that
like
is awesome.
His best man starts jogging out to the car and he disappears. How do you keep finding stories where people disappear?
I love the groom's like, I've got my car keys in my suit pocket. Here.
I'm confessing now. I've got the
Just come back as soon as you can.
You were kind enough to give me your homework and also provide a comment to this story. Would you like to hear the comment?
Yeah.
The second one is kind of sweet. Or that second one is kind of sweet. Her reaction makes me think he's not like an ultra forgetful dude always, and maybe he was just super nervous.
Yeah.
I wanted to say this in an accent so bad, or like in a voice.
Do it. In what sort of voice?
I don't know.
Do Welsh. Do a Welsh accent.
No, I can't do
Do
that.
Welsh.
No, you do
Welsh.
it.
Welsh.
You do it.
I'll do it in Northern English.
Okay.
Oh, the second one is kind of... Hold on. Northern English. Oh no, money. Oh, the second one is kind of sweet. Her reaction makes me think he's not like an ultra forgetful dude. Okay, now I'm doing Irish, I think. Oh, duh, Irish. Always. Maybe he was just super nervous. Oh, wow. That's weird. Oh, Northern England. Oh, I'm from Northern England. That's my backstory. Oh, now I sound like Arnold Schwarzenegger.
I meant I kind of wanted to have a character.
Have you ever watched someone die slowly, like in front of an audience? Because that's what you just did to me. Have you ever seen someone flutter on the ground? Like, have you ever watched someone like me try and do something and not
one was
do
kind of
well?
sweet. Like her reaction makes me think that that's sort of what I was going with.
Like a skater bro.
Yeah.
Yeah. You play a good skater, bro.
Okay, I'm going to keep... Her reaction makes me think like he's not like an ultra forgetful dude always. Maybe he was just like super nervous getting married.
Oh.
Yeah, see? Didn't need to be like borderline crossing cultural boundaries. Anyway.
It's okay with with English people.
She thinks it's cute, but is like also
they're
going to
evil.
tease him like forever. At least that's the backstory that's going to live in my head.
Rent free. You know what I think?
What?
Not much about this one. I think it's cute. I wouldn't have bothered waiting for the rings. Don't worry about it. It's not a legal necessary. Oh, you forgot the marriage license. I actually don't know what that means. It's like forgetting the marriage certificates. Yesterday, I forgot the pen.
Oh.
Thankfully, it was illegals only and they had pens in their house.
But you use an iPad.
I had that pen, but for the certificates, I didn't have a pen.
Oh.
Gotta have a pen.
Yeah.
A bride decided she wanted a grand entrance on horseback.
Yeah, she did.
Tiny problem. She had never actually ridden a horse before. So what did the venue do? They sourced a horse sounds like a nursery rhyme, from a nearby farm. It's a retired racehorse who was not trained for a wedding procession. The handler literally said, "I'm just here to unload him from the trailer. Good luck." I like to think that he went on the back of the horse's ass. Someone at the venue who used to ride horses stepped in, but the second the bride approached, the horse freaked out, reared up, screamed, and bolted. What followed was a full-on rodeo across the golf course with the poor stand-in handler holding on for dear life still, trying to stop the beast from running straight into wedding guests. When they finally got him back into the trailer, the bride still insisted she should try again. She was dead set on making that entrance happen. The entire staff had to talk her out of it, and she eventually apologized by shoving a handful of sweaty, crumpled bills from her bra into the handler's hands.
I have never heard of a transport company that has horses that just goes, "See ya."
The exact quote is, "I'm just here to unload him from the trailer. Good luck." See you later.
I have heard wedding vendors do that before.
What about the stand-in handler who was someone who just worked at the venue, holding on for dear life to this horse who was bucking around? Oh my God, the horse was terrified.
Yeah, animal welfare.
Animal welfare.
Where are you,
Jesus.
RSPCA?
And the bride still wanted to get on it. She shoved a handful of sweaty, crumpled bills from her bar and shoved it into the handler's hands.
Here, take that.
How often do brides have money in their bra?
Loose bills. Who knows?
What I would give
Did she
to
get
be
her grand entrance?
a fly on the wall. They
Sounds like
told her
it.
she basically couldn't do it on the horse because the horse was not having a good time. Animal welfare is exactly right.
I have had a bride come to a wedding on the horse and carriage, but there was someone manning that horse. So
Really?
yes.
That's one way to enter a wedding.
Yeah. Have you not seen that before?
No.
Oh, it was beautiful at Chapel Hill Retreat.
Really?
Actually, both brides entered together with the horse
On the
and
horse?
carriage. It was
Wow,
really
on the
nice.
carriage, like Shrek.
Yeah, they were like, we're in the wedding planning process. They're like, we're really relaxed. We're really chill. We don't have a lot of extravagant things. The only thing is horse and carriage.
I love when people say
I
we're
know.
really casual. But
That's actually one of my new like semi-red flags when they say super chill and relaxed in their wedding planning and small and intimate. Those are some things where I'm like, are you sure?
Are you coming in
sure?
on a helicopter? Are you skydiving into your wedding, which is still a bucket list wedding for me. If you want to skydive in, imagine me like this, saying the monitor.
I'm rolling on my law. We need those things.
I don't actually know what you just said.
Oh, that's what you'd sound like when you're skydiving.
Oh.
I'm duly authorized by law.
Oh, I see.
That's what you're going to sound
I
like.
would like a couple to come in on lizard back, like a Komodo dragon would be cool.
That would be so dangerous.
These are the following things I want to see.
Okay, please rattle them off.
Giraffe back.
Sit down, everyone.
Don't think you can ride giraffes because the PC police. I'd like to see monkey back. Oh, monkeys are intelligent. Dolphins. Dolphins are the smartest animals. You know, we're humans. We can ride what we want to ride.
Helicopter?
Yeah, let's just do man-made stuff and not hurt animals.
Thanks for listening.
God, we're so happy that you listened. And if you want to see a little bit more, make sure you follow us on our socials.
We have TikTok and Instagram, and you can find us at Left on Wed Podcast.
And if you want a little bit more from just us, you can follow Georgia at Georgia Fletcher Weddings.
And follow Adam at Married by Adam.
Oh my goodness, we're everywhere. And if you love it, rate, review, subscribe, whatever all the cool kids do it for us because we love you more than you love us. Validate us. We, Adam and Georgia, would like to take a moment to acknowledge the traditional custodians of the land, the Guringai people, on which we're recording today.
We pay our respects to their elders past and present, and we recognise their ongoing connection to the land, sea and community.
As we share our stories of love and connection, we honour the oldest continuous culture in the world.
And we celebrate the storytelling traditions that have been passed down through the generations.
It is such a privilege to create on this country, and we are so grateful to be here today.
Always was, always will be Aboriginal land.